Have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up, look at the clock, and think, wait a minute, I slept for 8 hours, and yet you still feel tired? You hit snooze, then snooze again, you drag yourself out of bed wondering, how can I be exhausted when I technically got enough sleep? If that sounds familiar, my friend, today's conversation is for you. Because here is something many people don't realize: getting 8 hours of sleep and getting restorative sleep are not always the same thing. Now let's talk about why. Hello and welcome to Health Conversations with Dr. Shraddha, where medical science meets real life. Today we are exploring a question I hear surprisingly often. Doctor, I am sleeping 8 hours. Why am I still tired? Now, before we begin, let me reassure you, if you have ever felt this way, you are definitely not alone. Many people assume sleep is like charging a phone. Plug it in for 8 hours, battery full, and problem is solved. But our bodies are a little more complicated than that. And sometimes the issue is not how long you are sleeping, it's what happens during those hours. Now let's start with a common myth. Many of us were taught 8 hours equals to good sleep. Yes, that is end of story. But imagine this. Suppose I tell you that I spent 8 hours at a restaurant. Would that automatically mean I had a great meal? Not necessarily. Maybe the food was cold. Maybe I kept getting interrupted. Maybe I ate only snacks instead of a proper meal. The same idea applies to sleep. Your body doesn't just need sleep, it needs quality sleep. Sleep that allows your brain and body to move through the different stages of recovery they depend on. So, yes, 8 hours matters, but quality matters too, and sometimes even more. So let's discuss about why it happens and what are the hidden reasons. Reason number 1, your sleep may be interrupted. Now here is something interesting. Many people don't fully realize how often their sleep gets disrupted. Maybe you wake up briefly and forget about it. Maybe noise wakes you up. Maybe your phone lights up. Maybe stress causes your brain to become more alert. Even small interruptions can affect how refreshed you feel the next day. Think of sleep like watching a movie. If someone keeps pausing it every few minutes, you still spend 2 hours in front of the screen, but the experience is not the same. Reason number 2, your brain never fully switches off. Now let's talk about modern life. Picture this: you spend the evening checking emails, scrolling social media, watching videos, reading messages, replying to one more text, and then suddenly, boom, it's bedtime. Many people expect their brain to instantly go from let's process the entire internet to let's sleep deeply now. But the brain does not always work that way. Sometimes it needs a transition period, a chance to slow down, a chance to shift gears, just like a car needs time to brake before coming to a stop. Reason number 3, stress can follow you into your bed. Now, this one is sneaky. You may be asleep, but your body may still be carrying stress. Have you ever gone to bed thinking about tomorrow's meeting, or a financial concern, or a family issue, or an unfinished task? Your eyes may be closed, but your brain may still be running background programs, just like a laptop that is technically sleeping but still working behind the scenes. So, now here is a doctor insight that surprises many people. When patients tell me, Doctor, I am sleeping 8 hours and still getting exhausted, I don't immediately focus on number of hours. I start asking different questions. How consistent is your sleep schedule? Do you wake up frequently? How much screen time do you have before bed? Are you stressed? Do you snore? Do you wake up feeling refreshed? Because sleep is not just about quantity, it is about recovery. And recovery is where the magic happens. That is when brain organizes information. The body repairs itself, hormones reset, memories get processed, and finally, yes, energy gets restored. Now let's talk about practical tips what you can actually do. Tip number 1, create a wind down routine. Your brain loves routines. Try giving yourself 20 to 30 minutes before bed with fewer screens and less stimulation. Think of it as telling your brain, "Excuse me, sir, we are closing the office for the day." Tip number two, keep sleep and wake times consistent even on weekends. I know this is not the most exciting advice, but your body likes predictability. And surprisingly, consistency often improves sleep quality more than the people expect. Tip number three, get daylight during the day. This sounds simple because it is. Exposure to natural daylight helps your body's internal clock to understand when it is time to be awake and when it is time to sleep. Your brain pays attention to light more than you might realize. Tip number four, move your body. A short walk, stretching, dancing in your kitchen. Yes, kitchen dancing still counts. Regular movement often supports better sleep later on. Tip number 5, don't ignore persistent fatigue. If you are consistently tired despite adequate sleep, it's worth talking with a healthcare professional because sometimes fatigue can be linked to conditions such as iron deficiency, thyroid problems, sleep disorders, vitamin deficiencies, medication effects, or other health concerns. Your body may be sending an important message. So, friends, here is the big takeaway from today's conversation. 8 hours is a guideline, not a guarantee. Sleep duration matters, but sleep quality matters too. Because the goal is not simply spending enough time in bed, the goal is waking up feeling restored. So, this week, instead of asking, "Did I sleep 8 hours?" try asking, "Did I give my body the conditions it needs for good quality sleep?" Sometimes small changes create surprisingly big improvements. I am Dr. Shraddha, and if today's conversation was helpful, I would love to have more of these health conversations together. Until next time, take care of yourself, sleep well, and remember, persistent symptoms are always worth discussing with a qualified healthcare professional. Good night and take care.